So it's a third Sunday of Advent and joyful Sunday. So liturgy calls us to be very happy and joyful. So I'm going to tell a joke. And if you laugh, that's okay. If you don't laugh, then I will keep telling the joke. See how it works. Okay, so in India, there's a group of people, we call them Sardarji. They're known for their ignorance or innocence. Not only ignorance, but we can say they are known for their innocence. So, one of the Sardarji came to America. So, when he came, he came to Chicago, landed there, and he was going sightseeing. And somebody told him about Liberty statue. So if you are here, you have to go to New York and see Liberty statue. So he said, oh, that's awesome. So then I will book the ticket and I will go there. So he booked the ticket, waited for the date, and he was ready to board, and he was the first one to get into the flight. He got into and he looked for his seat, and then his seat was in the middle, but he took the window seat. He was sitting, so that he could see outside what's going on. So he sat on the window seat. Everybody was being seated, and there was an old lady came and said, looked at him and said, so that seat is for me. Where see the boarding pass, I have to sit there. Would you please stand and occupy the next seat, the middle seat? And the Sardarji said, no, I am comfortable here, I would like to see through the window, so therefore I am not getting up. And that lady asked him again, and the Sardarji was adamant, he didn't get up. So he called the air hostess. The air hostess, they came and said, asked her what's going on, and said, see, my boarding pass, I have to sit near the window seat is mine, but this fellow is not getting up. Would you please ask him? So that air hostess asked him, would you please get up, your seat is in the middle. Give the window seat to this lady. But he said no. And then they were asking him, and there is a little chaos, and he was very adamant. He said, no, I came first, I will sit on the window seat. And things were going, and they called the pilot. So the pilot came in, and he travels throughout the world. He came and looked at him and said, okay, Sardarji from India. So he came and murmured something in his ears. He murmured. And immediately he got up and sat in the middle seat. And everybody wanted him. For the last 20 minutes, everybody is begging him to get up and occupy the middle seat. But this fellow never did. But the pilot came and murmured something, and immediately he got up and sat in the middle seat. How could it be? So they want to see, the wonder. How? So they went to the pilot at last, the air hostess went to the pilot and asked, see, we were begging him, he was very adamant. How could it be that you just murmured, he occupied the middle seat? How could it be? And then the pilot said, say it's very simple. I looked at him, I know he's a Sardarji. So I went and murmured in his ears saying, only the middle seat is flying to New York, the window seat is flying to Las Vegas. So he really came to the middle seat. I didn't even laugh well, so we did another joke. Anyhow, today is a joyful Sunday. Sardarjis, there are a group of people back in India known for their ignorance and innocence. It will be very funny. I will be telling a lot of their jokes as they are coming in. And innocence is much more essential for happy life. If you want to be very happy, there should be some innocence within us all, some ignorance. Too much of knowledge is always dangerous. We can get a lot of knowledge, we can have a lot of intelligence, but together with it, we need some innocence in our life. That's why Jesus, and even if you want to enter the kingdom of God, Jesus says, become childlike. Who will enter the kingdom of God? It is the one who becomes like childlike who enter the kingdom of God. It's the words of Jesus Christ. So, the children, they have more innocence. Therefore, it is essential for a happy life, certain limit of of innocence in each one of us. But many a time, pride takes over our innocence. Many a time. We are all people, as we grow older, we get pride. And once we get pride, once we come to the knowledge that I know everything, and then there comes always sadness, or we cause suffering to other people. So the best way to remain a little more joyful all the time, and that's such an innocence in me. That's why I'm many a time I'm happy. I don't carry everything on my shoulder. No, that's good to be happy, to have little innocence. And still, if you want to be happy, and we need to give, we need to share. Sharing gives much more happiness. And we see John the Baptist was baptizing in River Jordan. The beautiful river that was flowing through Palestine those times. It's a beautiful river and rich in water. Jesus was baptizing there. But that river goes into two seas. It culminates in two seas. One is Sea of Galilee. Another one is Dead Sea. Both seas gets the water from the Jordan River. The water from Jordan River. But this water, when the Sea of Galilee, when it receives the water, and we could see a lot of fish in it. We could see a lot of villages on the shore. And we could see a lot of fishermen on the seashore. And the Sea of Galilee is always busy, very busy. Even we see in the Bible, Jesus was going on the boat in the Sea of Galilee. But on the other hand, the Dead Sea, though it receives the water from the Jordan River, it's dead. Nobody goes there. Nobody plays there. No, it's very salty there too. And it's just no life in it. On the other hand, Sea of Galilee, there's a lot of life, a lot of fish, a lot of trees. What is the difference when we look into? And the only point is, when water goes into the Sea of Galilee, and then it receives the water and shares throughout the region, like streams of water into the whole region of Palestine. The Sea of Galilee shares the water, but the Dead Sea receives the water and it does not share with anybody else. Therefore, though the good water goes into the Dead Sea, but once it gets into it, it gets salty and there's no more life. But the Sea of Galilee, it receives the water and shares more and more. There is more life, there is more fish, and there are more fishermen, there is more activities, and there is more buildings around the Sea of Galilee. Which one do we want to be? The more we receive, the more we are called to give. The more give, the more happy we are. That's what today Jesus, in the third Sunday of Advent, calls us to think about. John the Baptist is sending his disciples and asking Jesus, are you the one, or we need to look for another? Are you the Messiah? And Jesus tells them, go and tell John, and what you heard and seen, the blind regain their sight, the lame walk, the deaf hear, the dead came to life. And what are these signifies? It signifies there is life going on. With Jesus Christ, there's a lot of people benefit. With Jesus Christ, there is even dead people coming into life. Go and check John. Even the dead are coming back to life. That means Jesus came to give us life and life in abundance, and that's what Jesus is doing, and Jesus is giving life to people. And we can see the beautiful miracles in the life of Jesus Christ. There are miracles that Jesus initiates, but there are miracles happens automatically. Even they touch his cloth. No, and Jesus says, the power is going out of me, and who is the one who touched me was. So the power comes out of Jesus Christ. That means Jesus is ready to give life, life in abundance. And that's what we see in the life of Jesus. And how am I? Am I ready to give life in abundance to other people? We are not talking about all the time material things, money, wealth, property. That's one thing perhaps people need it. When they need it, we are called to share. Perhaps material sharing helps a lot of people. That is true. And around Christmas, we share a lot of gifts. Why I always ask, why in 4 o'clock mass on Christmas Eve? There's a lot of people. Why most of the people prefer to come at 4 o'clock? After that, they can go on and have some beer. No, not only that, perhaps they may have, maybe watching football. I was telling just before the match we were talking, I said, Green Bay Packers will not lose today. Why? Packers will not lose the match today. Why? Because they are not playing today. This year they are very tough. They are not winning most of the games. So Christmas Eve mass, most of the people attend because one of the reasons, evening they share gifts under the tree. In Christmas tree they have kids. They go and share at 6 o'clock. The whole family they share the gift. That's very much essential. Very very joyful occasion. Sharing of the gifts. Grandma, grandpas, they buy the gifts and keep it for their grandchildren. They take under the tree and share and be happy. So material sharing is essential, helping so much. More than that, spiritual sharing, or sharing of our time and talent to other people. That's what today Jesus is telling. If you want you to be joyful, and if you want others, people to be joyful, help one another. We have time. Let us give our time. We have talent. Let us give our talent. Talent means sometimes some people have patient listening. They can listen very patiently. There are people who like to talk and nobody is to listen. And if you are able to listen to them patiently, that's enough for them and to come out of their own depression, their own bad life. They want somebody to listen. So if you are able to listen patiently, if you are gifted with that talent, it serves and it saves that person. It is what giving life. It is what giving life to the dead person. So are we able to do that? Some people may be talented in singing, and while singing, we bring the whole congregation to very joyful. Some people, we need people for decoration. So it is there in the bulletin. Last 1 month, nobody is calling me. And some people may have the aesthetic sense of decoration. If you do have, you need to spend your time for other people, maybe for God, or maybe for the church. When you do that, when you use your talent, then you are satisfied. Then you are very happy. If you bury your talent, there's another parable Jesus said. If you bury it, then you are doomed. Jesus has thrown him into the prison because you are burying your talent. So today the liturgy calls you and me to use our talent so that other people could be happy and also myself would be happy. If I have a talent, I have to use. I'm here, serving in the United States for 7 years. But whenever I feel bad or my life is not going well, what I do is there's a lot of people asking me help from India. So what I will do, I will use those occasions to help people. I will send money to them for their education. Do something that makes me happy. So the more we share, that's the point, the more we are happy. In the gospel today, Jesus shares life with other people. He is healing people. Go and tell John. He didn't go on for an argument, I am the Messiah, go and prepare. He said, what you see and hear. So whatever we see and hear about Jesus is always giving life. What is my life? Am I giving life way or another, small or great. It's not how much we do, but do we do it? Do we support other people? You know, if you do it, and there's much more joy in our hearts. So, dear friends, let's think over as we come close to the Christmas. What makes others to happy? And what would I do to make other people happy? Just think about it and do one or two good actions, good things, so that when you do the good things to other people, perhaps they are going to be very happy. And when they are happy, when you see their smile, definitely you will be happy. So as Christmas comes closer, do such great things as Jesus did. When He shared His life, let us share our life with other people. Do such a good things to other people. Even if you have neglected somebody for life now, maybe because of argument or something else, call and tell them, I forgive you. Even that makes you happy. So do such a good works, and there will be more joy and happiness. The more you share, the more joy comes to your life.